It's been a number of years since I've been to a boat show, and the Annapolis Boat Show is one that I've always wanted to get to, but it's never really worked and it wasn't always that local for me. But didn't think I was going to, even though my schedule allowed for it this time, I didn't think I was going to be able to, where I had worked for 3 weeks on the tug, then flew to New York, and then the next day Crystalita and I met my son and his girlfriend and a couple other couples over in Spain for a week, and then when we flew back, just so happened that my friend Sput from Damage Control Sailing invited us down to Annapolis to stay on his boat with him. And in fact, thank you, Sput. He sailed his boat all the way up around the corner from Washington over to Annapolis, and we stayed on his beautiful Island Packet 44, and that was awesome. But anyway, boat shows are boat shows. A lot of people, a lot of boats that I can never afford, and I think a lot of boats a lot of people can't afford that are looking, but they're interesting. A lot of people. It was fun to go. I had two big reasons why I wanted to go. I wanted to really kind of connect and meet with some of you. We had saw some people that watch both the Tim B at Sea channel and the SV Paquita channel, and I also got to meet some of the people I'm big fans of as well, and show you some more pictures of that later. But anyway, I also wanted to go and see Island Packet's new 439, and we got a excellent opportunity to walk through there and talk to the guys that owned it, and they were wonderful. By far the longest line at the show was to see Island Packet's 439, and out of all the Island Packet lineup, this was the only one at the show. And I had talked to somebody else who was saying, boy, I thought they'd have more boats here. But one of the things you really have to remember is that unlike production boats where they just pump these things out of a mold and you get them at a dealership like you do when you go to pick up a Buick, now these are really custom. They're semi-custom boats, so they only have so many slots that they fill, and they really work with the people that are ordering them, and they build them to their spec. This particular case, they did away with the original Island Packet colors, and they wanted to go with I think they call it an ivory or something like that. But they did all kinds of really cool things with this boat. They put a arch on there. That was kind of something that I really wanted to see how they did that. Other 439s, they've actually put a hard top on, which I think is kind of cool too. I was hoping to see that, but they didn't have that there. But anyway, to get back, the reason why you don't see a lot of boats at the show is that they don't have any. They have to ask owners, hey, do you mind showing your boat at the show? And what's kind of cool about that is that you see the owners of people that have, actually own the boats. They're showing you their boat, which is kind of cool. Obviously the factory are there. And in fact, there's a woman from the factory who's been there. I think she was like way over 20 years. She didn't look that old to me, but anyway, it's really cool. That was one of the things that really drew me to Island Packet. It's the same people have been there, have been working forever, and they all seem to really have a pride in what they do, and it shows in the quality of the product that they produce. But going down below, some other things I thought were really kind of a standout, and definitely Island Packet trademark is that Island Packet seems to be really good at listening to their owners, because so many of their stuff is not just stamped out. Some sales force says this is what we need to put in there. They actually listen to cruisers, because most of the people buying new Island Packets are people who have had older Island Packets in the past. And this boat is a good example of, as much as I love Paquita, if I could change some things, they've almost done all the changes in here, which is amazing to me. One of the things I learned at the show was that this is actually from the 44 hull. It's the same hull that Sput had. I thought that was kind of cool. But here's a thing. They have this utility room in here, which by far is the most amazing thing that they've done on the boat for me anyway. You can put the generator there, all your fuel, your oil, everything is right there, so you don't have to get in the engine room to do it. They have a water maker. They have a vented washing machine and dryer. They have a wraparound galley. The galley seems to be a lot more set up, and some of the problems that we've had seem to be solved there. They've also put 2 separate showers in, where Paquita has a wet head and a dry head. They have 2 dry heads, and in the master there in the forward. You can see they have port lights on the side. They're really, really nice. Much bigger head and shower up here, and in here they have a closet, and you can have it. I'm just pointing out to Chrysalida here that apparently this owner opted to have the wet closet in here so that they could store the diving equipment, your wetsuits and stuff like that, and it all drains there. It's really, really nice. There's 1,000 little things that have been put in here, which Island Packet attributes to, most of them being from owner feedback. It really kind of shows how cool the company is. I love that they got rid of a settee, and apparently they didn't get rid of it. It's an option, but these people have twin captain's chairs, and that's a feature that, oh boy, would I love that. I could have spent all day looking at that beautiful boat and talking to the cool people, but other people wanted to see the boat too, and I was feeling a little guilty, so I had to get out of there, and I apologize for the camera work, but you guys know I'm not the YouTube guy. If you want the best camera shots, I hope to give you something else other than just beautiful scenery, but you really, to do it justice, you really got to see the boat itself. But anyway, every afternoon we'd head over to the Fleet Reserve and meet up with other Island Packet owners, and that was really fun. A lot of these people are people that you read in the comments, you see, maybe you recognize the boat from an anchorage, or recognize them from talking in the different message boards. Really fun talking to other Island Packet owners, people that have been places, and where we're going to go next, and what we've done, and what we could have done better, and certainly a wealth of knowledge. Nobody knows everything, so it was really kind of cool. We all got together, and with all the work that I have scheduled to do on Paquita, it was really great talking to other people who've had boats, had Island Packets for much longer than I have, so that was kind of cool. This gentleman here is a fan of the channel and a wonderful guy. He kept us well hydrated and was shucking oysters, and I can say just really good people. We had a really good fun time during the afternoons, and that was great. There was quite a bit of picture taking during the show, and that was a lot of fun. Here I am being just silly with Chrysalida. But there's always somebody that's going to tell me, hey, you really ought to have your phone in landscape instead of portrait mode. And these are just pictures that we took because we were kind of active on social media. So this is kind of the Instagram one, where this is kind of more the Facebook picture here. Like I say, most of these people are all people that are Island Packet or people, friends of the community, and it's been really, really fun getting to know these people. And it was set up really kind of cool too, because they were like small tables, and so we'd sit and have lunch with people that we didn't really know, but we kind of knew them pretty well when we were done. So that was a whole lot of fun. Something that definitely the highlight of the show for me. And one of the other things, though, I told you before, we went there hoping to run into some people that I'd like to see. Here's a couple in spot that I knew from Fort Lauderdale from another meetup. But here's Ryan from Ryan and Sophie Sailing. Onboard Lifestyle came all the way from the West Coast, or down, I think they're down in Mexico now. Also some people from Mexico. You guys might know the people from Calico Skies. And then there was NoHoA. I've been huge fans of NoHoA for a long time. Really love those guys. We had a meetup scheduled for Saturday night when it was pouring rain. But anyway, Sput showed up. That was fun. Then before we knew it, we had a bunch of people show up. That was all kinds of fun. And good group of people. Wasn't too much. Sometimes when you have too many people, it's hard to be able to talk to everybody, but we had a wonderful time, good food, and we all enjoyed ourselves that night, getting to know people. And that's kind of the whole thing with my experience at the boat show, is fascinating as the boat show was, and it was good, I got to talk to the Copper Coat people, and I got to talk to the Atlantic Tower people about my new arch, and got to talk to people about my auto prop and all the different things I was doing. And so all of that was wonderful, but meeting you guys was the best. You guys take care, be safe, and I'll see you on the one.